In this video, Kevin and I, normally when we go on vacation, we do a wrap-up video like the next day. But this is really our third day, and we haven't done any wrap-up video. So we're going to talk about...
Been too tired.
Yeah, we're going to talk about day 1, 2, and 3 right here in this video. We're going to get all caught up.
Yeah, day 1 was a travel day, so.
Exactly. And that's why, honestly, I had thought about, you know, we wouldn't do a wrap-up of day 1 anyway, because there's really nothing to tell. And thank goodness there's not. All of our planes...
Pretty uneventful.
It was uneventful. Thank goodness. We don't want to have anything to complain about or tell you a story about anything. It's a good thing that we don't have anything. That means that nothing happened. But everything went smoothly on the airplanes. You know, you hear stories all the time about people being...
delayed, canceled.
Yes, we had no problems at all in the airport.
We got lucky.
And everybody on our flights, you know, no one was disrespectful to the people working or anything like that. So I mean, it just all went really well. So
makes for a long day though.
It does, because
a long day.
By the time we got here, we literally went down, we came to our room, and once we showed the video of the room, Kevin and I went back downstairs to the M.A.C store and got some drinks and brought them back up here, took a shower, and we went to bed that night. We did not do anything else because we were so tired. So the next day, really our first day here, we got up and we ate at our favorite breakfast spot.
24/7.
Yes.
Good breakfast place.
We ate there probably 3 times last year.
3 or 4, yeah, we ate a bunch.
And so we ate
still
there
just
again.
as good.
It's delicious.
The food's still just as good.
They have, if you're interested, they have all kinds of stuff. Really, I mean, if you want a vegan breakfast, if you want something completely like vegetarian, or
they got chicken and waffles, they've
yeah,
got steak and eggs, and they got all kinds of stuff.
But of course, we like to have basically, you know, unhealthy things. So, but we really enjoyed breakfast. And then what did we do after breakfast?
Went swimming for a little while.
We came back to the room and we got changed
because we weren't going to leave. Our next thing wasn't for a little while, so we went ahead and got in the ocean for a little bit. That was nice. Kevin
and Ashley got in the ocean, and I sat up on the...
What'd you get up to your shins, the middle of your shins?
It was too cold for me. It was very cold.
Once you got in, it wasn't bad, but the sun really hadn't been out yet either, so, you know, it really wasn't the sun hitting on you, warming you up.
Exactly. And so it wasn't
cool.
like you were so miserably hot that you had to get cooled off. I enjoyed sitting up in the sand the entire time that Kevin and Ashley were out in the water. And Kevin's phone was up there with me. So I did a Instagram Live, which I never do stuff like that. But I thought, why not? They're out in the water.
It's Kevin's account, so he doesn't have any people following him anyway. So.
Yeah, Kevin only has like... I don't know. Kevin doesn't have that many followers because Kevin never post anything to Instagram.
I wouldn't follow me either.
But if I had had my phone, I would have used my phone.
Yeah.
But you don't want to leave anything on the beach. And so I did not, unattended. And I didn't know if I was going in the water or not. If I had known I was going to sit on the sand the whole time, I would have taken my phone. But then, after we went swimming for a little while, we came back and we got changed. Because we went to the Polynesian Cultural Center. And what do you want to say about that?
It was nice. We got the Polynesian, we got the Grand Buffet, and the Breath of Life, whatever that show, Breath of Life, that's it. We got that show. So you get all 3 things for one thing. It was nice. I enjoyed it. It's a half day of stuff. You get there at like, what, 12:30 or so? I think we got there at like 12:30.
It is a very long drive.
It's about an hour and a half drive.
An hour and a half
on
ride.
a bus.
Oh, yeah, we got picked up by a bus. That was part of our package. Transportation was included there and back. And it's about an hour and a half on the bus. And we'll tell you about the ride home because that was even longer. But how much did you pay for those tickets?
I'd have to look.
I actually looked it up. I'm thinking she said they were like $150 something a ticket.
Yeah.
But I can tell you.
That sounds like a lot.
It was
pretty
worth it. Yes, and I think it was worth it because it's kind of confusing the way they do things on their website. Because they have like different options for either this show or a luau or the show and the luau. And then they have like you're eating at the luau, or you could pay for this buffet that Kevin got. And if you look at the website, look at the food options that are available during that luau, and then look at the food options that are available on the buffet. The buffet's better.
Mm-hmm.
The buffet has so much more.
It has so many different foods.
It's amazing.
And it was good quality, though. It was good quality food, too.
Mm-hmm.
Some buffets, aren't so good at quality. This actually was really good quality. What we ate was really good. Some of the flavors, we didn't necessarily like or anything, but that's just personal preference,
But like when I found out they were going to have, like in the kids section of the buffet, they were going to have French fries. And honestly, my thought was, oh, these aren't going to be very good French fries because there's no way they're going to be hot and they're probably not going to be that good. They were awesome.
No.
I ate and ate and ate French fries because they were well seasoned, but everything up there was so hot, fresh.
Ashley said she didn't like the chicken fingers, the chicken nuggets for the kids.
Off the kids,
Yeah,
yes.
she said she didn't like that, but
No.
we ate our weight in pulled pork, I think.
Yeah, we ate a lot of pulled pork.
It was good.
Yeah. But then they had, the ice cream. I had some macadamia nut ice cream. It was wonderful. And then you had the strawberry cheesecake, and it was terrific too.
And chocolate.
And he had another cup of chocolate. But you could have gotten one of every flavor they had.
Yeah, you could have got a couple of mix. I mean, it's just whatever you want. But that was nice. But the way to do things in that is a little different. And we're doing the wrap up. I guess we talk about it. They have a shopping area out front, like a
marketplace.
It's anybody can go to that. You don't have to have anything to do with the Polynesian. You can just go there.
You don't have to buy tickets.
And shop. Yeah,
it's free to shop at the marketplace.
And then you go into the park, and there's like 5 or 6, 7 different like lands to visit. The lands are really, they make it sound grander than it is. Because I was thinking, how big are these things going to be? And they were good size. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't huge. It was about the size of a really good sized backyard, kind of almost. No, it's probably bigger than that.
It's bigger than that.
But anyway, they had 3 or 4 different areas to do activities and a show. So there was a show for each area, and usually 3 activities you can do. The activities you literally do.
You participate
in. The shows you just sit and watch. The shows start every hour, and the activities start every half hour or so. So if you get your timing off a little bit, it throws you off. And the guy in the canoe even said if you do an activity and a show, you won't be able to finish everything. There's no way you can do everything. All the activities and all the shows, can't do that in one day. There's no way. But you can do an activity and a show. There's your hour. Then you can do another activity and a show. There's another hour. And so you're better off not shopping until after you're done, when everything's shut down inside the lands area. Then go shop. That's when you want to go shopping.
I agree. Save the show because so we did exactly the opposite.
We shopped.
So we're trying to help you out in case you go.
Yeah.
Because you only have, it closes pretty early. It closes
it's 6 o'clock.
At 6. So if you want to do stuff,
6:30, something like that,
in the Polynesian, in the cultural center, if you want to do stuff in there, go on and go in there because the shopping is going to be open once you come out. They had a movie. We watched the movie twice, and I told Kevin I would watch it again right now. I could watch it over. It was like it would remind you, if you've ever been to Disney and you've ridden Soarin', it would remind you of Soarin'. They only need to add a couple of touches to it, and they could do it. If they had...
Now, you're not in a movable,
It doesn't move. But it's one of these, they've taken a drone or some kind of helicopter or whatever, and they've flown over Hawaii, and it's absolutely magnificent. It's beautiful. And all they would have to do is, like, in certain sections, if they had like little mists of water come up and hit you, like on Soarin', or if they had like, sometimes I thought, oh, this part would be perfect if they would have wind coming at you. Like when you were going off the side of the mountain, if they would have like a little burst of wind to hit you, a lot of things with the Polynesian reminded me of like Epcot at Disney.
I thought there's more activities and stuff to do.
They're very, very friendly.
Oh,
it's
everybody's super
very clean. You can tell that these people are invested in this place. They really, really care about this place, and they care about everything to do with it, and they want to make this experience the best experience for you. I mean, even like little things that you wouldn't think matter, they mattered to me. It made a big difference to me. For example, during that buffet, I went up to this like steak section. What was it? And the guy said, "Is this cooked enough for you?" And I said, well...
It was like a roast beef, a beef carving station.
I said, well, do you have any... I mean, since he asked, I wasn't going to say anything, honestly. But
it was pretty pink.
But it was very, very pink.
It was raw, rare to medium rare.
Yeah, and I said, do you have anything darker? And I mean, so literally he looked through his pieces of meat, took the time to do that for me.
They didn't really have anything, though. Not really.
Not really anything darker, but he did look and he tried. And I did get a piece and try it and all that. But I mean, just they were, like, we bought a box of fudge. And I asked the girl, I said, is that fudge labeled? I said, because there's no way I'm going to remember what that is. And she said, oh, would you like for me to label these for you? And I was like, you would do that? Yes, please. And so she did. She labeled each individual piece of fudge. And there were like 12 pieces in the box or something.
Yeah, super nice.
But every single person that you met was extremely nice. I absolutely think it was worth it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the money, because you go do you just go buy a luau by itself, and it's going to cost you more money than what this did, where you get half a day plus the buffet plus an hour and a half long show at the end.
And when they say an hour and a half long show, they mean it.
It's a full show.
It is a full show with many, many, many costume changes.
Lots of actions. Most of it had stuff going on constantly.
The seats were comfortable. They had backs. They were like stadium seating. And that was good too, that it was stadium seating, because you didn't have to worry about anybody sitting in front of you. Because you were going up at an angle. And so I will tell you though, they would not let you film in there. They wouldn't let you film in there, and there was something else I wasn't allowed to film.
The movie.
The movie, and it was because they're trying to sell their own DVD.
Yeah, they got a DVD of it.
They don't want Tammy going in there filming it.
And post it to YouTube where everybody can watch it.
Yeah, because they want to make money off their DVDs. So that's fine. So I did not get to film any of the show. And let me just say, during that hour and a half show at the end, they really enforced those rules. Like, they said, if you need to be on your phone, you need to walk outside. There was a woman I noticed 2 rows in front of me, and she turned her phone on and she was texting somebody. Well, these 2 women were standing at, like, guarding the whole time, watching everybody. One of them walked down to her and told her, you need to get off your phone, because, or maybe she told her, you need to walk out. I'm sure she said it nicely, of course. But basically, you're distracting people. And she was, because when that woman turned her phone on, the light was bright, and it got my attention.
Yeah, automatically you're
looking like, what's this light? And they had already warned you not to do it, and this woman did it anyway. And I could tell you could tell she was kind of ticked off because somebody had gotten onto her. But it's like, they told you not to do that. Why would you do that when they told you not to do it? So that was that woman's fault for getting on her phone.
But we liked it. We liked it.
We really, really did like it.
I think all of us felt like the show could have been just a little bit shorter.
A little shorter.
There were some spots that they could have seemed like they kind of went on a little long. Not that I complain. I mean, it's literally an hour and a half long show, and there was stuff going on, like I said, all the time. So it was entertaining.
It just had been a long day.
Yeah, it's already a long day, and you know, just like a movie. Sometimes movies, you can be a really good movie, but there's spots in that movie. It's like, well, they could have cut that 5 minutes out. You know, they could have. You know, it was stuff like that, and nothing, you know, horrible, but there was moments.
But would we go back? I mean, it was would I recommend it? I would recommend
100%. I would recommend going and doing it. Get the buffet. If you want the luau, go for it. I mean, they do the luau. The luau is different than the show, and that's what Tammy was confused about that for a really long time.
It's very confusing. Yeah.
You basically everybody gets admission to the cultural center, so that's the lands where you go do the activities and stuff. And then once the time comes, there's 2 eating options basically. You've got the buffet, which only had just one person or one little live band or guy up there singing, which was nice. I still liked it.
I loved it.
But it was a buffet. There was no like story. There was no dancing. There wasn't any like lots of stuff going. You weren't being entertained with dinner theater. It was just a guy singing music.
Yeah, it was actually 2 guys up there.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
And then you get the food. It's all you can eat buffet. You literally can eat as much as you want till you're sick. And you can go in at 4:30 and literally stay till 6:30 if you want.
And eat. And let me just tell you, the room was something.
Nice.
It was
like a Disney.
It was like
a Disney restaurant.
There was a mural on the inside at the top going all the way around the room. I told Ashley though, I said I feel so comfortable in here. It's very comfortable, and you would think like in a big open space that you wouldn't feel that comfortable, but I did. And I told her, I said, another thing that makes a huge difference with these 2 guys playing music, you feel like you can talk, and people at other tables couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear them talking. They couldn't hear us talking because that music was enough to drown out the other tables, and there was constantly somebody coming around. Like our section, you could tell our section was assigned this one girl who, anytime plates were empty, she was constantly getting plates and taking them away.
And they would talk to you a little bit. They didn't just do that. They asked where we were from, and she remembered it a couple times.
But it was nice. I was really, and normally I am not a buffet person. I don't do buffets. This buffet
it was very nice, very clean. So you get the buffet option.
Yeah.
Or you've got a luau option. And the luau, it seemed like there was 2 going on at the same time.
There was 2. Yeah, there were 2 luaus.
So they had one buffet and 2 luaus. They were the same luaus. They were just 2 different places in the park. The luau is a show. So you go in, you get your food. It's a buffet as well, but the food options are not as wide in that. You don't get as many choices there. And you really can't just sit and talk because you're watching a show.
You're watching a show.
And they're going through the whole who's 50th anniversary, who's at their they go through weddings, and I'm sure they drag people up on stage and make them dance and hula and all that. So it's more of a traditional luau, whereas we got the buffet. And it was just the music, and
we got to sit and talk. We got to sit and talk to each other.
And not feel bad about getting up and going and getting more food because we're missing a show. So I like the experience of that. Now, if you're looking for the traditional luau, maybe you want to do the luau option if you've never done one.
But we got that buffet, and we still got that hour-and-a-half show.
And no matter what, no matter what your food option is, everybody then goes to the show at 7:30 regardless of what food option is, so you're still seeing the same show.
Right.
So it was really good. I enjoyed it, and I think it's well worth the money.
But when we left there, there was a
bus mishap.
There was a bus mishap, so we were
miscommunication.
We were running late basically, and so we were already running late getting out of there by probably 20 minutes, half an hour.
Oh yeah, probably.
And then there had been a wreck on the way home, and so we were at a standstill a couple of times. So we did get back late, but it was still an overall really, really good experience.
Yeah, it was good. I would definitely do it again.
So then today we got up, and this is our third day of vacation, second day in Hawaii.
It was an early start.
It was a very early start. we had another tour planned, and so we had to be at that spot at like 7:15 or something like that.
Yeah. 7:15 the bus is gonna be. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm looking up.
So we didn't have time. That M.A.C 24/7, even though it's called 24/7, they don't open until 6.
Yeah, I think it used to be pre-COVID 24/7, but now it's not.
So we knew that we wouldn't have time to eat that breakfast. So we, around our hotel, we have like a McDonald's on one side, and then there's like a Burger King a couple doors down. I had never eaten breakfast at Burger King, and I guess really today I didn't either, because I just got the little hash browns.
I basically got a meal, and she ate my hash browns. I ate the biscuit sandwich, and then Ashley
French toast
got French
sticks.
toast stick, and we just shared the Coke. I mean, it's literally it was pretty cheap too.
It was 18 something.
Yeah.
Whereas
it held us over till lunch.
we usually spend what, like $75 at M.A.C.
Oh yeah, Max. Yes, you're gonna spend some money.
Yeah, you spend like $75 for 3 people for breakfast there. Burger King was $18, so you know there's a big difference. But we got that, and then the bus picked us up, and
We went to it's the Kualoa Ranch experience.
Mhm.
I think it's Kualoa. Kualoa. We don't speak Hawaiian, so that's the best I can do for you. But we got the
Kualoa, maybe Kualoa.
Kualoa. I don't know. You pronounce it like every letter. That's what I've noticed in Hawaiian. You pronounce every letter. There's no silent letters. Even if they're double letters, you say both letters. If they're 2 A's, you say them both. But we bought the package, which was, you got 3 experiences, and then you got lunch, and we also got travel to and from on the bus. And so yeah, it was nice. We did the movie tour, we did the jungle Jeep expedition, and the farm tour, and then you got the
lunch.
The lunch, yeah.
So the place that they pick you up, it's pretty convenient. It's just a couple blocks up from our hotel. That's one thing that I've said before. I love this hotel. It's right across from the beach, but it's also convenient to where the tour buses meet too.
There's 3 pretty regular bus stops. One's behind the Hyatt Regency. I think it's the Hyatt. One is in front of the statue, of the Duke statue. That's where the Waikiki hop-on, hop-off bus stops. It's right across the street. And then the place we had to go to today, it's 2 blocks down.
Yeah.
So it's right in that perfect triangle.
So it took, so to get to the Polynesian Cultural Center took an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It took about an hour to get to.
We passed this to get to the Polynesian.
Yes. So we went all the way back out there again the next day.
We did.
We were glutton for punishment. No, it wasn't bad. The thing is it's a beautiful drive, and if you are going to be taking one of these tour buses, I would recommend switching sides of the bus. So like one day, if you get on the right-hand side of the bus, then maybe if you're going to take another tour, try to get on the left-hand side of the bus. That way, if you can have different views, or, you know, coming and going or whatever, or one day to the next, because there are some pretty things to see. You get some really pretty ocean views on the way out there.
If you do any of the circle tours where you're going to go around, really, if you want land views, sit on the left side of the bus. If you want like water views, sit on the right side
I
of the
would
bus.
highly recommend sitting on the right-hand
Yeah,
side.
that's
of the
where you get
bus.
all the water.
Yeah, and you just have
Although
to
there's some
remember that.
beautiful like cliffs and mountains.
There
and stuff,
are,
too.
but I would just stick with the right-hand side.
If you only do one time, do the water side.
Do the right-hand side of the bus.
As you're facing the front of the bus, get on the right.
But this ranch, the way they did it was really nice.
So well organized.
It was very well organized. So like every section, they had like different sections. Every section was labeled. Like if you were going to do horseback riding, that was labeled.
Which is an option.
Yes.
We just did do it.
If you were going to do with the
ATVs.
it was
That's
labeled.
another thing you can do.
Everything.
Zip line. There was zip line.
Yeah, and And we rode in 3 different vehicles today.
Yeah, 3 different types of vehicles.
3 types of vehicles on that ranch.
Yeah,
we
funny.
rode in a great big like school bus.
Yeah.
And then we rode in like a trolley car.
Like a trolley you would see in a downtown.
And then what was that other thing?
The other one was like a 4-wheel drive truck with like you can see in the savannah, like
it reminded
jungle
me,
tour.
if you've ever done the safari at Animal Kingdom, that's what it reminded me of, is that safari vehicle at Animal Kingdom.
It's a flatbed truck, and they put like these seats and railing and canopy and all, but everything had canopies over top of it. It was all covered, so if it's raining, you might get a little wet, but you're not going to get drenched. It was nice. The sun beating down on your head. It's not sitting there beating on your head because it's all covered.
This ranch is right across the street from Chinaman's Hat.
Yeah.
Right across the street from that. And so it's beautiful. There are no you can't like take a bad picture at this place.
No, it's everything's really pretty.
It's beautiful, and there's all kinds of flowers that you've never seen. Even though I saw a lot of flowers at the Polynesian Cultural Center, brand new flowers were here. And very well-educated people that are taking you on these tours.
Yeah, the guides, they talk you through the whole thing, and sometimes you feel like they're talking too much, but then sometimes you feel like it's fine. You know, it's perfect because they're telling you about things the whole time. Sometimes you'll hear, since you did 3 different tours, you never go to the same places though, because we were wondering if we were going to hit the same place. We didn't. We went to 3 different areas of the farm. The farm's
huge. And you know
huge.
what? That's what I was going to tell you. I thought the information was pretty different too from place
for the
to
most
place.
part.
Yeah.
I mean, like we heard about breadfruit a couple times.
Yeah.
We heard about is it towel, whatever the like a purple potato. We heard about that a couple times, but for the most part, yeah, it was all different stuff. So it was pretty cool.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, a couple of them will beat you to death though. The roads.
Oh, I didn't know what he meant. Yes, they will like. It's literally like jarring.
Yeah,
like,
the farm tour was pretty relaxed.
Yes, that was the only relaxed one.
Yeah, the jungle one was really, really bouncy.
Was that the one that you couldn't be 2 years and younger, couldn't even be on it, or pregnant women, because it will bounce you. The most bouncy one was
the most painfully bouncy one.
Yes, was the movie tour, and it's because you're on this great big school bus. Well, and we sat in the very, very back, and I think the back is the worst. But it was pretty cool. It was neat to get to just think that you're in Hawaii and you're walking around where some of these movie stars were, and that they shot their films, and there was actually a music video that was getting ready to be shot while we were there.
And they were setting up right then, and we were driving by, and someone said, "What are you doing?" or something like that, and he said, "We're getting ready to shoot a music video," which is funny. The person that actually was doing the tour didn't ask him what they were fixing.
I know.
I don't know why he didn't stop. It was just somebody on the bus said, "What are you guys doing?"
And let me just tell you this. I could be completely wrong. There were, before we got to the part, I never even knew that they were shooting anything on up ahead. We got to a certain part, and there were 3 guys. There were 3 men walking, just taking a leisurely walk.
Waiting around, basically.
And, well, they were walking. Yeah, they were walking, and we were going by, and I happened to be filming. They looked familiar, and I looked at them and I thought, I recognize each one of those people. I mean, they look like people that I've seen on TV before. Now, could I tell you their names? No, but I bet you some of you would have recognized them. I thought, these are famous people. And then we went on up the road, and that's when we saw they were filming for this video. And that's when I told Kevin and Ashley, because they were on the other side of the bus, I said, those 3 guys back there, I said, I think that's somebody. I said, I think that was like somebody, like actors. I think those were actors. And so I'm hoping pretty sure I got their faces on video. I'm hoping that somebody can tell me who it is, or I'm hoping when I get home I can pause it and figure out who they are, because they sure did look familiar to me. Now, because you were on the other side of the bus, you didn't get to see them,
I didn't see anybody.
He didn't see anybody. But boy, I recognized. I mean, I can picture this, especially 2 of the 3. I see their faces in my mind right now. It hasn't come to me yet what they're in. I know it was them. So that was pretty cool. But then, so would we recommend that?
I would recommend you do it. It's very nice. The package we got, you definitely get to spend a day's worth of stuff. We were there until we got there, what, probably 8:30 or so, 8:30 or 9. Our first thing started at like 9:20. I remember that. And we stayed until, we didn't leave until 3. That was doing the 3 activities in the lunch, because each activity is an hour and a half. It's not just a quick hour-long thing or half-hour thing. It's an hour and a half you're driving around.
Didn't we add it up, and it was a really good value to do all to
for
get
the
all
time,
that.
yeah, it's a really good price.
And to get the lunch.
To get the package deal, yeah.
Right.
Because if you bought 3 individual excursions, it was going to be more money than just buying the package. And I don't think they lasted as long. Some of those other trips, like one of them was just the Jurassic one. I think you literally just go see a couple of the Jurassic things, and it was only like half an hour or something like that.
Oh, I
Whereas
didn't know
ours was
that.
an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, ours were 90 minutes apiece.
Yeah, it was worth it. And the lunch was good. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't the best food ever, but I ate good. I was full, and Tammy and Ashley ate okay.
We ate okay, but if you didn't get that lunch, if you didn't want to get that package, they do have a place there.
They do have a cafe.
Yeah, they have a cafe where you can eat in the cafe if you want. I imagine it probably gets pretty full though.
It looked busy when we walked through.
Yeah.
Because the gift shop's right there next to it. It was pretty busy.
I was surprised that they didn't have more like Jurassic Park toys in the gift shop.
Sorry if you hear that noise. Somebody's revving their motorcycle.
These people will come to Hawaii and rent cars, or maybe they own these cars. Some of
No,
them.
they're renting this stuff.
You think they're renting? And then they'll go up and down the street at night. At night, it gets really, really rowdy. Yeah.
And we're on the 11th floor.
Yeah, and you can hear it that well.
He's going to end up blowing the engine up, and he's going to owe them some money. He's being quite annoying.
Yeah, he's been annoying. But yeah, they get really rowdy at night. But if you can do it, if you can afford it, then it's worth it to get the package.
Yeah.
And as soon as you realize that you're going to Hawaii, you need to go ahead and be doing book stuff. You need to be booking. If you want to do the Polynesian, you need to book it. If you want to do this ranch, you need to go ahead and book it, because it does sell out.
Yeah.
And you will not be able to
The
get
good thing
in.
about the Polynesian, though, is they did have so many options. They had the buffet and 2 luau. So, I mean, they had a pretty good size option.
Mm-hmm.
And the show at the end of the night, it was full, but it was not sold out.
No.
There was plenty of seats. I didn't sit next, nobody was next to me.
No, there was tons of seats.
Yeah. And the farm, I really believe that was a good deal. And if you wanted to do the ATV and the horseback riding, I think those were not part of the package. You had to do those separately. So I don't know if you wanted pricing, I'm sure you could call them. They'd work out something.
But those people that were doing the ATV, they said it was a lot of fun. I ran into this woman with her 2 girls, and she said they got dirty, they got mud on them, but she said it was worth it.
And you drive.
It was so much fun.
You have a driver for your ATV, and everybody in your family rides with you. So you're not nobody's driving you. You're driving it. So I thought that was pretty good.
So when we left there, and was there anything else you want to say about that?
No, the food was good. It's not the best food ever, but it was definitely good enough to hold you over. They do have a gift shop, so you can get sweatshirts and T-shirts. Like you said, it wasn't really themed Jurassic Park.
No, that's
they did have dinosaur stuff.
Yeah,
but they didn't go over the top.
They didn't go over the top. It wasn't like It wasn't like Disney
No.
where they like
No.
kiddie stuff.
Right.
and-
They got a petting zoo there. You could take the kids up there.
Oh,
and get
yeah, I forgot
we
about
didn't go up there, but you could.
Yeah. They have chickens running around everywhere.
Chickens are everywhere.
And
But
they have
that's-
cows.
that's in
Cows
Hawaii.
just
They
everywhere.
had they said they had 400 cows working around, and they were. It's not like a field in Kentucky where it's like a fenced-in pasture. And
No,
they're
these
going
are
out
like
to the-
free-range cows.
They're on like the side of mountains eating grass. I mean,
yeah,
it's just amazing.
Just never know when
But
you're going to see
I think
a
it
cow.
was really nice, and we
Mhm.
got a bus back, and it dropped us off at the same place we got picked up at. We walked down to the hotel, and we kind of emptied our pockets and took a bathroom break, and
Then
Took off again?
we took off again, and we went to, there's a Long's Drugs. Well, we
we
went
didn't go there for
we went to eat 1st.
Mhm.
We went to eat, and it was called,
Giovanni's Pastrami. Giovanni's Pastrami. Yeah.
it was absolutely
It's a pizza place and a sandwich place.
delicious.
They were great.
It was wonderful. It was like 5 out of 5 food.
Good pizza.
It was
really good pizza.
Our server was good. He was very attentive, very, very good. And we went a little bit early, and we didn't have to wait that way.
Yeah, it was like 6 o'clock.
No, it was way before 6.
Was it?
Yeah,
Before?
yeah. That's why I wanted to say that. We got there at probably more like 5:30.
Yeah, it was probably 5:30.
It was between like 5:20 and 5:30.
Yeah, it was early.
Because most people wait until either 6 or after to eat. If we had waited, it started getting busy once we got seated.
Yeah, we got a really good right in. Got a booth. Yeah.
But it was awesome pizza. But they had all kinds of things to
They had
eat.
sandwiches. Yeah, they had tons of
I
of
would
them.
definitely go there again. Definitely.
And
then
then we just basically walked.
we went in the Long's Drugs.
Yeah, then we went to Long's
Which is
and
basically
CVS.
CVS. And we looked right in there, and then we just basically went in some stores.
Yeah, walked back down. Stopped at Dylan's Candy again. This time,
We
like
went
last
last year. We went
stopped
again.
in there, bought some stuff, and then just walked down to the room. Yeah,
Yeah, and so,
and we had stuff here to snack on, so we just snacked on some stuff here.
Yeah.
For sweet.
well, we did a couple of reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be seeing me in this shirt for several reviews, because we had bought some stuff at the Polynesian Cultural Center that's like, it's more fresh stuff. So when we brought it back, we put it in Ziploc bags, but then we wanted to go ahead and try it so it would be as fresh as possible. So we did those, both of those reviews. But now tomorrow I won't tell you. Won't give anything away. We'll talk about that later. But so far it's been really positive.
It's been really nice. The weather's been decent.
It's
It's rained, but it hasn't
drizzled.
rained. It hasn't rained like poured like for a long period of time.
No.
It poured once, and it didn't last very long.
No, it didn't last long at all. And I noticed a lot of people, if it's raining at the ocean, they just stay in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean you're already wet.
You're already wet.
Unless it's lightning. I mean,
Right. Well, the thing about it is it hasn't been like, and I'm not complaining, but it has not been hot. Like last year when we came, we had some times where we were actually like really, really hot. That has not happened so far. Now we haven't been here but a couple days.
it's been in the mid 80s, I think, as a high.
But I mean, that's not bad at all.
No, it's been really nice.
Yeah.
And the sun's been it's been a lot overcast, so the sun has been beating down on you, so it's been a little cloudy. That's made it a little seem a little cooler.
To pick 2 days to go to the Polynesian Cultural Center and the ranch, I think we picked the perfect day. The weather was perfect because
Actually, it was a little cool.
Yeah. I can't imagine walking around there and the sun beating down on you and you burning up, especially at the Polynesian Cultural Center.
Yeah, because there's not a lot. I mean, there's shade, but there's not a ton of shade.
Right. So I just really think we picked some good days to go. So I will haul at the end. I'll show you like anything that we bought as far as, or it might not even be a haul. It might just be on the last day if we don't buy a lot, because I don't think we're going to buy a lot of
food stuff.
Well, gifts for people.
Gifts. We've kind of discussed not buying a bunch of souvenirs for people.
Well, because it's you're buying them a bunch of stuff that they really don't need.
No, and it's from a place they've never been.
Yeah, and they probably won't go.
Right.
So if we
If we
see
happen
some
to see
stuff
something.
later, you know, so there will be a video
Yeah.
of that later. If you know, I've bought a couple things, Ashley's bought a couple things, but we'll just have to let you know at the end. But if you have any questions, you can leave them below.
Yeah, we'll answer all we
And
can.
we'll do the best we can. But we'll try to do this again, another wrap up.
Yeah, we won't wait 2 days to do it.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.